Yo, only haters. We back. We took a little hiatus last week. It was a holiday week. You know what I'm saying? We had to hang out with the fam, eat some elite grub. I didn't partake in Black Friday. I don't know if P did. I don't feel like anyone does anymore. It's an online festivity now. But yeah, it was a great week, man. Y'all know me, I'm a college hoops junkie. It was feast week, so there was that. You got the NFL games. The college football playoff is shaping up. I mean, it's a lot going on, man. The in-season tournament been crazy. We go talk about that. Drama in Golden State seems to be a usual occurrence now. We're gonna talk about that. We're going to play a little hater appreciate, and then we're going to move to the NFL, play some pretenders and contenders now that we know a little bit more, got a little more data. But P, how you living, man?
Data or data?
I say data. That's just
You say
me.
data, I say data. Okay. I just had to ask. I feel like that's a weird word. Data. You know how they be like tomato. I don't really understand the tomato shit.
Who says tomato? That's like potato. Ain't nobody call that shit a potato.
That's facts. Okay. I'm doing good, though. Y'all see my John Wall? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm doing good. I ain't going to hold you, bro. For all the listeners out there, I've been watching a lot of football. A lot of college football and a lot of NFL football. And I see your sweatshirt, JK. My Thanksgiving was rudely interrupted by the Hills taking an L, but they bounced back the next day. So I can't be too mad. Sports teams, we on the down right now, but we'll be back up here soon. Trust. How you living?
I'm living good, man. Basketball, I've been thoroughly impressed. They look good. At the time of release, it'll be game day for the ACC SEC Challenge, UNC versus Tennessee. We recording the day before, so I'm gonna say tomorrow. Got a big one coming up. Big litmus test for the guys after looking good in Atlantis. But the football team, I might as well just say I'm saving that for most hated because Mac Brown.
Yeah, we fold.
Mac Brown, it's time to move on, man. It happens they do this every year on some Sid the Sloth type shit.
We folded.
Oh yeah. Big fold.
We folded.
And then that's like, I'm pretty sure I think it was the second time, might have even been the first, that NC State scored as many points as they did. It's embarrassing, man. That's like putting up almost 500 yards. It's brutal, man. But whatever. I'm just glad my boy Drizzy getting out of that situation and he about to be league bound because he deserved better. But all right, P, it's time for some weekly spotlights, man.
Before we do that, can I see your John Wall? Let me see how your shit looking.
Hey, bro, my John Wall crazy. John Wall. Hey, bro, you gotta get
the legs in it. You gotta get a little bounce in there, at least a little.
Oh God, bro, I'm just trying to figure out, like, before we get into weekly spotlight, why are we hitting the John Wall in 2023? What's going on? Is there a reason?
It's timeless. I ain't gonna lie. I was in the car and my shuffle just happened to play the Troop 41 John Wall song. And I was like, damn, this shit slide. So I've been hitting the John Wall all day. So
that man
bringing it back.
I keep 3 dimes. That's a triple double.
That's exactly what. Look, well, he really did say flex to the left, but I mean, it is.
Ain't nobody. Listen, man, flex with your dominant arm. We ain't here for the antics. You know what I'm saying? The optics don't matter.
We ain't gonna play around and play around.
All right, actually, I do want to throw a little curveball. We still gonna hit our one weekly spotlight, but before that, what's your weekly spotlight from your Thanksgiving plate?
Damn,
it's tough.
My mom's goes crazy, bro. Like, she's elite. Like, she is really like Gordon Ramsay. Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, anything that she touched, the foot is in it. You feel me? Like, all the elbow grease, all that is in it. I'm gonna have to say the mac and cheese, bro. It's the dish. It's her most famous dish, and it has never let me down in my 24-year eating career. I thought about stepping away this year and doing my own thing and making my own mac and try to surprise the fam, but I couldn't even do that. The OG came through before I could even say hallelujah. So Yeah, the Mac, bro. It's the Mac.
Listen, I'm with it. Just to clarify that you be rocking with the elite type of mac and cheese. You be liking like the layer on top, like the
Bro, she does, bro. She used a different kind of noodles this year. She didn't use your traditional, you know what I'm saying,
macaroni
noodles.
noodles.
Like she used some next, bro. The shit was so fire, bro. But I do like the layers. I can have a crunchy crust layer type thing.
That little cheese crust on
I
top
could
gonna hit different
I
every
could
time.
do that. I can do that. I can do a soft. We going straight through. I can do whatever Mac. Whatever she fix, I'm eating it, bro. She's elite.
Yeah.
But honorable mention, the collard greens, bro. I don't know. You feel me? Hey, shout out to all my brethren. Anybody that eat collard greens, they go crazy. They go crazy.
For me, mac and cheese is an obvious take just for the sake of not saying the same thing as you, though. You know, my parents be going crazy too. And for about the last probably 14 years, like our turkey, I'm telling you,
The turkey
it,
get
it,
crazy.
it might be the best turkey amongst a lot of households because we be deep frying it. So it ain't dry like when you know, you pull that thing out the oven. We be deep frying it. You get the oil out, put it in the deep fryer. That seasoning on the outside, extra crispy, extra flavorful. And when it's left over, be making me some turkey sandwiches and whatnot. So I'm,
Nah,
I'm
I
gonna
feel
give
that.
I'm gonna give
That's
a shout
good.
out to the turkey. But
The turkey fire. Do you have ham or you just get you dubbed the ham this year? We dubbed the ham this year. It hurt
I'm
my
not a
heart.
big ham guy. I gotta admit.
I'm a ham connoisseur. We dubbed the ham, but we
No
oven.
Darvin.
Nah, he's a bozo. So I mean, thankfully we ain't have him at the table. We wouldn't know how to distribute the minutes anyway. But the turkey good, bro. We baked it and the gravy, like, bro, I don't know, the gravy, whatever, bro. It went so crazy. It's never dry over here. That's all I'm gonna say. It's never dry over
Yeah,
here.
some people need the gravy. You know what I'm saying? Like some people be cooking up the
Yeah,
dry and they be
yeah,
needing the gravy.
yeah,
But
bro.
all right, what's your weekly spotlight in sports, man?
Weekly spotlight in sports. Oh, that's an ass light. Okay, my fault. I forgot I got a new segment called P's Ass Light of the Week. So I'm gonna save that. My weekly spotlight, and I'm gonna give some love to a former Panther. I'm gonna go ahead and say DJ Moore. DJ Moore has hit over 1,000 yards this season again with a mediocre quarterback. Again, not really mediocre. I'm a Justin Fields fan, but a mediocre situation. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields hasn't been healthy the whole year. And I remember the time there was people that would say maybe DJ Moore wasn't a number one wide receiver. And I just want to point out that that young man is still balling, doing what he do, even in bad situations. DJ Moore deserves some love. That's it from a former Panther. It's slight right there.
I respect that. He's been doing his thing, man. Fantasy Dawn.
For sure.
Man, it's tough, but I gotta make it a little bit biased and something that just happened. My weekly spotlight, the Brooklyn Nets, man. Shout out to y'all. So if you're unaware of the situation, the Celtics got pounced by the Magic. They lost by 17, so their point differential went to 0. So in order to advance to the next round of the in-season tournament, they had to win by 23 plus because the Magic were atop the group at plus 22 and the head-to-head over Boston, and they needed Brooklyn to beat Toronto so that we could have 3-1 teams and point differentials the final tiebreaker. The Nets did just that, and the Celtics beat the Bulls by 27. So we live. We go into the next round. I mean, the Lakers Celtics in-season tournament final is in the cards. But yeah, I mean, shout out the Brooklyn Nets, man. They had me worried. They were up big at the half, not big, but like 7-8 points. The annoying Raptors kept clawing back and getting it close. It was like 97-94, or 97-95, and then Brooklyn took off on them, man. Got it to like 101-95. From there, they never looked back. So shout out the Nets, man. You know what I'm saying? It's impressive. I also I won't go anymore because we got hella segments to get to. So I'm not gonna cook up any more weekly spotlights. But I got some people to give props to once we talk some NBA, once we talk some NFL. Let's start with the NBA though, man.
Whoa.
Oh, you got to hit your ass light, don't you?
Dun, 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 dun. The P's weekly ass light goes right back to Josh Allen. Here we go again, my boy. We done lost another overtime game. What are we doing? You're 6-6. What are we doing? What are we doing in Buffalo? What's going on? Why are we still turning the ball over in critical situations? Why are we miscommunicating down the field to Gabe Davis in a critical moment to win the game? What are we doing? And I ain't even gonna hold you. Josh Allen didn't even play that bad. It was just, once again, you're up. You're up. You're in control of the game late. You give up a lead and you lose in overtime after you get the ball first. It's my weekly ass light, bro. We got to figure out what the hell going on with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in the hood.
Oh, yeah. They're weird, man. They'll look so good. Like they can't string together two elite performances in a row. They're the opposite of the Dolphins. They play good against good teams and bad against bad teams. It's kind of funny. Like I respect going into Philly and losing in overtime in those shitty ass weather conditions, but y'all kind of put yourself in a position. Well, maybe not because the way the AFC is getting injured and stuff, but you kind of put yourself in a position where you can't afford to lose. But I do got to give one more, man. Jaden Daniels. If he don't win the Heisman, something's up. I know it's only happened 3 times ever that a quarterback with 3 or that a player with 3 losses has won the Heisman. I think the last person to do it was Lamar, but this man Jaden is doing some Lamar stuff, man. They're 9-3. He threw for 3,812 yards on 72% completion percentage, 40 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1,134 rush yards on 8.4 a game, and 10 tuds. How do you not win the Heisman?
Shout out to him, bro, because if anybody plays prospects, gamble responsibly. If you have an addiction problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. My man's really was a lock every single week. And I even took my man's fantasy score over 36.5 this week. And bro cleared it. He is him.
He's elite. Now, granted, he's one of them. This is like his 5th year in college. They showed a clip of Jaden Daniels at Arizona State throwing passes to Brandon Ayuk, which is nuts to me. But
that is kind of crazy. That is nuts, actually.
But
needs to get
he's good, man. I think he could be. I don't know if he'll be a pro or not yet, but it's going to be interesting to see. But all right, we got a bunch of NBA to talk. We're going to start there because the NBA is hot right now, man. The in-season tournament has been great. I mentioned it a little bit with my weekly spotlight. So just so y'all know, if you don't keep up with the standings, basically the 3 group winners in the East, those games have concluded at the time of recording. The Pacers, the Bucks, who both went 4-0, the Celtics clinched Group C, and the Knicks got in with the wild card. Their differential was like plus 40 something. So they're in with the wild card. I'm pretty sure the Bucks are the 1 seed because they had a massive their point differential was like plus 44. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Milwaukee and the Knicks, and then the Celtics and Pacers. So I would probably bet a hefty sum on a Bucks Celtics semis in the in-season tournament. Then we head over to the West. The Lakers, P's guys, 4-0. They clinched. Now there are some implications because New Orleans is 3-1. Houston is 2-1, currently playing Dallas. I don't know the differential off the top of my head, how much they need to win by to clinch it. I don't even know if they beat. They actually might have head-to-head over the Pelicans, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be one of Houston, New Orleans. And then Group C is a catastrophe. Minnesota just beat OKC to eliminate them and be 3-1. Sacramento is 3-0. The Warriors are 2-1. So if the Warriors beat the Kings, which they're currently beating them pretty bad right now, we're going to have 3-3-1 teams. It'll come down to point differential. I'm pretty sure Sacramento is.
I said they got the point differential.
They got it, but if they lose to Golden State, I guess it doesn't matter because there's no head-to-head if you got 3-3-1 teams. So yeah, it's going to be the Lakers, one of the Rockets and Pelicans, and then I guess how bad, depending on how bad the Kings lose this game. Like if the Warriors stomp them out by 20, I'm pretty sure the Warriors are in, if I'm not mistaken. But it's gonna be interesting, man. It's a little funny because like Denver, for example, I don't know the situation with Phoenix either. I don't know what their point differential is. Actually, I'm just gonna look it up so I can tell you guys the exact point differentials because we care about accuracy here at Only Haters. All right, so the Lakers have a 74 point differential. Holy cow. That's
Bro,
actually
we was
nuts.
stoned. We was stomping shit for sure.
So the Pelicans have a 33. The Rockets have a 16. So I don't know if they have the head to head. If they don't, they're going to have to win by a lot. The Suns are in second in Group A with the Lakers. They have a 34 point differential. And yeah, the Warriors have to beat the Kings by 23 points to get in. The Kings have a 28 before this game. The Warriors have a 6. So as long as the Kings keep it respectable, they will get in. And we will be heading to Vegas next week. And it's going to be a blast, man. I'm very, very excited for it. P, what's your biggest in-season tournament takeaway so far? It could be a player, a team, the vibes in general, whatever.
We can do it. Players. Let's start with players. I'm glad the upper echelon players have bought into it. You know, I'm glad that they want to be involved in this tournament. I'm glad that they want to compete. I'm glad they want to go to Vegas. That's what I like from the players. Standout performances, obviously Halliburton. We see him doing something crazy every other night. I'm probably gonna bring his name up each week on this podcast. It just is what it is. It's fun watching Obi Toppin get his little run in, get his little shine in, like you were saying off cam. And it's just we're seeing players, you know what I'm saying, take another step, especially because point differential matters. So even bench warmers have to come in and hoop a little bit. Guys that you don't normally see get to come in and hoop. They have to hoop because obviously they want to score points. So I like that from the players. What was next? The vibe. I do like the vibe. It's competitive, bro. It's better than watching a regular season game on a Tuesday night. It's something's at stake. It's fun. It's exciting. And now you telling me I'm about to witness a hypothetical Bucks and Celtics winner goes to a final game mid-season? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's better than watching the Bucks play the Pistons on a regular Tuesday night. You know what I'm saying? So the vibes are immaculate. The in-season tournament is a W. There are some things that they could do to make it better. Like I feel like the groups could have been a little better, but I mean, it's just how it laid out itself. But it'll only get better within time. That's just how I'm coming. Personally.
I'm with it. I think it's actually been incredible
Enjoyable.
for basket. Like they actually care. Like, I mean, for example, I'm watching the Celtics tonight. They need to win by 23. And obviously they would still need the Nets to lose. Bro, they're up 28 with the starters out there still like full defensive rotations, trying to sit down, trying to score, trying to win by 40, which it's just fun, man. Because like usually in that situation, the scrub's going to be in for the last 4 minutes. So the players like a player can tell you they don't care about it, but these players care about it, man. Like if LeBron cares about it, I promise you they all care about it. Also, I looked it up. I can't confirm. If Houston wins, they're in. They beat the Pelicans head to head. So if they beat the
I
Mavericks, which
figured.
they're currently up 2, they win and eliminate the Pelicans because the Pelicans are behind the Suns in point differential. So it basically comes down to how bad the Warriors beat the Kings. The Rockets would be in, the Lakers would be in, and most likely the Suns will get the wild card, which means we would get Lakers Suns first round.
Which is
I'm
like
pretty
the
sure.
nastiest. Like I don't want to do that.
You
I
might.
I don't want
because ain't nobody been healthy. But shit, Eric Gordon looked like an all-star, so I guess it don't matter.
It's funny. I mean, I look at the in-season tournament for the NBA, and then I start thinking about the NFL. Like, okay, drop all the Pro Bowl shit. Like, can we do something fun for something else? Like, can we can we maybe do something? I mean, maybe not draft related, but maybe can we do something about like a first bid for something or anything, bro? I really don't know. The NFL is gonna have to do something, but the NFL is exciting in itself, and it does usually crush in rankings. So I doubt they'll do anything to change it. But the Pro Bowl stage and stuff like that. Yeah, we need to start doing something. Shout out to the NBA for being innovative, trying to get people to watch something. I feel like something that'll really benefit from this is the MLB, actually. The MLB will really benefit from an in-season tournament. Not even
Well,
gonna lie.
it's smart because there's one sport that's been doing this and it's always successful, and that's soccer. Like, if you look at soccer, Champions League is basically an in-season tournament of the best clubs in the world. And then in England, there's even more. The Carabao Cup is an in-season tournament. And this is all outside of the Premier League. This doesn't even count for Premier League results. None of this does. It's not like how the NBA, like these games count as regular season games. These don't even count as Premier League matches. They got the Carabao Cup, which is basically like cool because you could have a Division III team from England playing against a Premier League squad. And then you got the FA Cup, which is like the big cup in England. Whoever wins is the quote unquote best team in England. Manchester City won the treble last year, which is winning the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup. So, yeah,
That's your
I mean,
squad for real. I ain't even gonna lie. You
it's
feel me?
hey, you need to chill on that, man. But
That's your
yeah,
squad.
it's interesting, man. Like, it's a great idea. It clearly works in other sports. I'm glad that the NBA is doing it. And like you said, there's certainly some kinks that can be worked out, but it's the first year, man. This is like the experimental year.
Yeah,
4 years from now, they're probably going to have the format and everything perfected, and it's going to be interesting to see. I could see them going away from point differential at some point, and I don't know what
yeah,
else they would do. But the reason I say that is because what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a team that needs to win by 30, and they're going to be up 25 with all their starters out there. And then one of the stars of the league is going to get hurt or get a season ending injury. And then that's when Adam Silver's going to be like, well, shit, they wouldn't have been out there in a normal situation. So it's interesting, man. It's cool though to see the mixture of teams. Like in the East, you've got the Bucks and you've got the Celtics, who are two championship caliber squads. And then you've got the Pacers, who are the young guns. Tyrese Halliburton is transcending to all NBA status. Like, they're not a title team yet, but this gives them a title to play for. The Knicks, they're not young necessarily, but they're not a title team yet. They're very, very competitive and feisty. It gives them something to play for. Then you look in the West, a little bit of the same. If the Kings make it, you get the Kings and the Rockets, who are two
young,
hungry,
exciting teams.
younger, exciting teams that aren't championship teams. And then you got the Lakers and Suns, who are championship contenders. So the blend of teams that you get is incredible. And I love it. I think it's outstanding for the sport. I rate the in-season tournament 9 out of 10, just because I do think there are a few fixes, but I love it.
Damn, hold on. Who are you? Damn, Sports Keith Lee?
Yeah, that's what I am, man. That I'm about to have people pull it up to
Okay.
the Pacers games.
Okay, so I mean, I got a weekly ass light, and then we got a JK ratings. Okay, we got a
Yeah,
whole little
I'm
thing.
gonna just start rating stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Okay,
on Letterboxd. You know, I don't know if you know
okay,
what Letterboxd is, but as a
it's
cinema
up.
junkie, it's basically an app where all you do is rate movies and you give reviews. So I went this weekend and watched Napoleon, rated it, fun times. 3.5 out of 5 stars for me on that one, by the way. You know, something slight.
Then that means I ain't gonna rush to the theaters and see it if it's three
I
and a half.
wouldn't. See, here's the thing. Joaquin Phoenix, masterclass. Vanessa Kirby, masterclass. 2 great performances. But it was weird, man. Like, you hear the name Napoleon and you think of one of the most ruthless people ever. Like, he just killed people and wanted to take over the world. They kind of didn't show that side of him. They almost made it like a love story. It was a
Oh
little
hell no!
weird.
Why Joaquin Phoenix always in, bro? Because like they
It
about to do the
was
Joker like that. They finna
it
make it
was
a
weird.
musical and
Joaquin Phoenix be eating too, though. That's what I hate about it. Like, he's such a good actor, such a good method actor, but you know, it was interesting. Not Ridley Scott's best work, I'll say that. So Yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say about the in-season tournament. I love seeing dudes this hype for a random ass Tuesday game in November. Do you
Facts.
have any other thing to add? I mean, other than maybe what what's your we'll do this. What's your dream in-season tournament finals matchup? I mean, look, I said mine. I think Lakers Celtics first in-season tournament would be cinema.
Can't hold you though. You're gonna be mad at me. But them Lakers and Bucks games be hitting like crap. The
I
Lakers
understand why
Bucks
you don't want
games
to play
be
the Celtics because you know that's a guaranteed Tatum 40
no.
ball every time.
Listen. It's not even that, bro. It's that the entertainment, it's history with the Bucks and the damn Lakers when it come to like the Giannis acting like he putting on the crown. Then Bron came back to Milwaukee and put on his crown, and they just been doing this shit. They just been chirping back and forth, back and forth. But them games be cinema. I mean, the Lakers games last year in Celtics games was funny as hell. The grabbing camera with Pat Bev. Either way it go, it'll be fun. But I just can't decline a AD and Giannis matchup. I just can't do it.
No, I get it. Shit, I can't. AD look like an after what happened to him last night against Embiid. I don't want to see him tee up against any elite centers. He's just making a fool of himself at this point. I'd be more excited to watch what LeBron get done and how bad he want it. AD just man,
Yeah, LeBron in the finals of anything is great. So
exactly.
It don't even matter. It'd be
It's
fun.
interesting though, man. I'm excited for it. I would say, honestly, you get to that point. Unfortunately, we are going to have Lakers Suns in the first round, or Lakers versus whoever wins the wild card. Which I'm pretty sure the Warriors have to beat the Kings, or the Kings have to beat the Warriors by. The Kings would have to beat the Warriors by 7. Well, they would win it. So yeah, I mean the Suns are basically a lock. The Warriors have to beat the Kings by 29 points to clinch a berth into the second round. So probably not happening. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I just think that it sucks because ideally the final four of the in-season tournament being Lakers, Suns, Bucks, Celtics would be so damn good for the league because it would show that the 4 teams that were expected to be there are there. Obviously, the Nuggets not advancing is surprising, but I still probably think they do if they were fully healthy. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be great, man. I'm excited. I think I would like to see the Lakers and Kings probably. See if AD can get his face back on Sabonis after that shit.
I'm not trying to see De'Aaron Fox again, bro. Like, bro. Lakers against any elite guards, bro, it's just bad, bro. It's
I don't want to see him play the
bad.
Rockets either, though, because y'all are going to kill the Rockets, I think.
I might get dropped off. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think you would, man.
Bro, I feel like people don't realize how hurt the Lakers are right now, bro. We are actually depleted.
Well, you don't have any wings. That's the problem.
Yeah, we're depleted right now. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Bodies alone could beat us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I just look at it and I love Alperen Şengün. I think he's going to be really good, but AD is like one of the worst possible matchups for that man.
Facts.
So and they pretty much run everything through him. So not the biggest fan. But yeah, that's all I got on the in-season tournament. Let's hit a couple hater appreciates, man. I'm curious to see where you go with this. So hit me with a hater appreciate. We'll do like 2, 3 each.
Okay. NBA hate or appreciates. Let's start with the Warriors, man. Let's start with the Warriors. Do you hate how everything's being spotlighted for them right now? Like the behind the scenes stuff with the Clay, the Wiggins. Do you hate? Or is it about time that people are starting to realize that this shit over with? What's going on?
I don't hate that it's spotlighted. As much as it pains me to say this, I think the Warriors have been successful enough to earn being spotlighted when they are bad because everyone's looking like, oh my God, these guys that won 4 rings together going through it. Like, what's happening? They've earned that. So I can appreciate the spotlight, but I can hate on the Warriors because I sat up here and have been telling y'all for the last year that this team is not it, and they won't be it until they get rid of Clay, until they get rid of Draymond. And I'm sorry, Wiggins is actually Wiggins again. He had an elite finals where he literally had a better finals than two of the ones that Dwayne Wade played in. He was elite. That's not who Andrew Wiggins is. Like, it's not. Unfortunately, that was a one-time thing. That's why I said it's the last hoorah for them. They're done. Y'all are so down bad that you tried to say Chris Paul and Dario Saric made you a contender again and fixed all of your issues. They didn't, because at the end of the day, your issue is that Klay Thompson is way worse than any number two in the league and still thinks he's a number two. Draymond continues to make idiotic off the court decisions. He's selfish and he's going to keep doing it. And he is an integral part of that defense. Wiggins is Wiggins again. And oh, by the way, the spark scorer off the bench that you guys had, you scapegoated him and now he's in Washington. So I can thoroughly appreciate hating on the Warriors.
I respect that notion. Because they I don't know. I mean, it's to me, I be asking people like, yo, are they cooked or they not cooked? A lot of people say they're cooked. You know, I don't see what they can do at this point to really fix everything. I mean, you can obviously make some moves, but I don't know. I feel like the culture's starting to sour a little bit, bro. I don't know why. It's just kind of getting that feeling. I feel like it's a lot of pointing fingers and a lot of tension, animosity for some reason. It's just weird. It don't look like this. Like they'll tell you, like Draymond saying they're having fun, but it doesn't look like they're having fun at all. So, hey man, I don't know.
Well, the problem I have is that the Warriors blame everybody but the core. They will blame Kerr. They will blame the young rotation guys. Now, today on Twitter, it's been blaming Wiggins for being in terrible shape. At what point do you look at Clay and Draymond and blame them? They are to blame. Clay has been abysmal this year. Draymond just costed you by getting suspended for 5 games. It's not all Kerr. He's made some mistakes, sure. It's not all Kerr. It's not Moody. It's not Kuminga's been great, actually. It's not Moody. It's not because Chris Paul's washed. It's not because Wiggins is out of shape. It is because Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are not good enough anymore. And that's the ultimate issue that I have with them. It's like, it's literally Steph Curry versus the world. If Steph Curry does not go belligerent, they lose. And Clay will have, like, he's having a game right now. He's having his one game that he'll have every 10 to 15 games. But the issue is, and this to me is why there is so much turmoil in their locker room, because if you're a young guy, if you're Jonathan Kuminga, you have been hooping this year. Why the hell do you want to sit behind Klay Thompson? It's the same thing with Jordan Poole. Why the hell do you want to sit behind Klay Thompson? That gets vocalized. They know they're better than those guys. And then what happens? Clay and Dre, well, we won 4 rings. We've earned it. We've done this. We've done that. At some point, it gets old. At some point, Carmelo had to start coming off the bench. Like, it's the simple reality of aging and leaving your prime. Not everyone is LeBron or Curry or KD and stays in their prime forever. That's not how it works for most people. But that's the issue. They're stuck in the past and winning their 4 rings. The young guys know they're better. Dario Saric has been so infinitely better than Draymond or Klay Thompson this year. Like, who would want to play in that environment? And Curry's like doing Curry things, but he can't control all that. And nobody wants to play in that environment. So,
he's helpless right now. It's bad.
It's tough. Like, when Brandon Pajimski had to play during all their injuries, when Curry was out and when Draymond was out, he was better than half the people that are in their nightly rotation. So if I'm Brandon Pajimski, why the hell would I be okay with just taking a back seat to a guy in Klay Thompson who's been awful this year? Like, that creates issues. That'd be like if CJ Stroud got drafted by the Texans and played 1 game and hooped, but they had a veteran quarterback that wasn't good starting. If I'm CJ Stroud, why do I want to be there? I know I'm better than this dude. Like,
that has happened in many cases around the NFL.
It has. It's the reason the Patriots didn't draft Lamar, because Lamar was too good to be sitting behind Tom Brady. Like, I don't know, man. It's a catastrophe. I've got a hater appreciate for you. It's an interesting one. And I'm not talking in totality. I'm just talking right now. Hate or appreciate, Devin Booker is the best player in the world right now.
Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate it so much that I wish you would have never said it. But it's still Jokic. It's still Jokic. What Jokic is doing, bro, what Jokic is doing on a nightly basis still is unprecedented. Like just the other night, I kid you not. What did he end up with the other night? 39, like 39, 16. Bro, I gotta go
Listen,
find that game, bro. He
I don't
had me
know, but
shook.
the trolling has me weak. Jokic a system center. DeAndre Jordan had 17, 13, and 4 last night, and they beat the
Yeah,
Clippers.
but the Clippers just garbage. And I've been telling you this. I've been
Listen,
screaming this. I've been letting everybody know the Clippers garbage. So I
I've been
mean,
with it. Garbage or not, when you run out Reggie Jackson, Michael Porter Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Christian Brown, Zeke Najee, Peyton Watson, Julian Strother, Contavious Caldwell Pope, and you still win. I like, as stupid as it sounds, I almost feel like it hurts Jokic's MVP case in a way, because like, how can you be down Jamal, AG, and Jokic and still fucking win?
I just think that tells you how shitty the Clippers are, though.
I also
And
think it tells you
like,
how good of a damn coach Mike Malone is.
he is raw. You know, Mike Malone. I mean, I got static with bro, but he is a good ass coach at the end of the day. But yeah, to me, the best player in the world is still. I mean, I'm team Giannis, but I'll never deny Jokic's flowers. As of right now, Jokic is the best player in the world. But Book is really fucking good. Book has became a tremendous playmaker. He can still score at will. There's not too many things that young man can't do. And he coming into his own, and the world's starting to really see it. I mean, so best shooting guard in the world for sure.
Yeah, no, he's the
For sure.
playmaking increase is nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
it's nasty.
the only thing I would say, man, is like the Suns roster when KD and Beal are out and it's just Booker and they're still winning and he's hitting game winners over double teams. It's pretty nuts. I mean, don't get me wrong, Eric Gordon has been absolutely fantastic. He's probably averaging 23, 24 a game in KD's absence. But like, that roster is pretty bad. I mean, it's Book, Nurkic, Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen, and Keita Bates-Diop in the starting lineup. Like, so it's
I
pretty
mean, they
remarkable
low
to
key
me.
got what you need in a roster though. Like
They do.
they got dudes that are gonna know their role and buy into what the stars are gonna sell them. Like they know what Booker about to do everything. They know what KD gonna do. We don't know what Bill's gonna do. We got like a 2-game sample size, but they pretty much know what the business is. They know why they signed there. They know what they have to do. And bro, if you got your role players playing their role, it's hard to beat you. It really is. That's why the Nuggets are so damn good. Everybody knows what they need to do, and they do it. It's not really nobody trying to get out of the comfort zone, except for Michael Porter Jr. Sometimes he be bugging, but role players gonna play their role, and it's just that's the problem with
Jordan
the Lakers a
Goodwin's
lot of
been
times.
amazing.
Yeah, I
Jordan
mean,
Goodwin's been amazing. But yeah, I mean, look, I hate to say it. I tried to tell people that when we did our preseason shows. I tried to say what the Suns were able to accomplish with the minimal amount of cap space they had, all while retaining 3 stars. They were a very good roster. We haven't seen it fully healthy yet, but I try to tell people they did a real good job getting pieces, and they did. I mean, the Eric Gordon and Grayson Allen pieces, especially, that's been quintessential for their success. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm very impressed with Booker. The only thing I hate about it is like, man, comparison is the thief of joy, dog. What am I, as my
hey,
boy LeBron would say, that's my favorite saying.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you like that. Really is one of my favorite sayings. I say that shit all the
Like,
time.
comparison is the thief of joy. I understand that Booker, Ja, and Tatum are literally the future of American hoopers, and it's like they are the ones who keep Jokic and Giannis and Luka from completely dominating and making this an international league. I get that. That doesn't mean we have to compare Tatum and Booker every damn night. Like it's like the Melo and Halliburton stuff we were talking about. Just let both be great. They're both great.
Nah,
Like
we gotta compare them for sure.
but they're so different.
We
Tatum's not
gotta
even a guard. Tatum's a
we
wing.
we gotta compare them for sure, bro. Because they're both Kobe disciples and they both haven't broke that barrier to the chip yet. So
And
I
they
mean,
both went to the finals.
and they've both had kind of similar career paths right now, but it until one of them breaks that mold and kind of clearly separates from each other, they're gonna get compared every day.
But it's just like
Every single day. Every day.
they're in such different situations. First off, Booker is having to play make. That's why the assist numbers are so up because he's the primary ball handler. Tatum has 3 dudes on the court that can handle the ball. Well, 2. Jaylen Brown can't handle the ball, but he's also in a different situation. He's a wing. He's not a guard. He's Book's 6'5", Tatum's 6'9", 6'10". That's why Tatum's a little bit better defender, but it's also kind of a pointless thing to say. Like he's a wing and he's stronger and he's longer. Pause. But yeah, it's just they're such different players that
It's just career
Tatum's
path, bro. It's just career path.
putting up 30 a game with 4 other dudes who can score 20 a night around him.
Let's keep it a stack. Kobe and LeBron. It's the same shit. They was compared the whole time. They even had the little the childhood. They even had the puppet commercials with each other. Like, bro, they got compared. We wanted to see a Kobe and LeBron finals for the longest of time to finally separate the two. We never got it, so they stayed in that conversation. It just is what it is until Kobe had to go through all the injuries and stuff. Unless the only way it's gonna stop is if one wins a chip on their own, or if they meet in the finals, and then we finally see. But they're the pinnacle of American hoops. They're both Kobe disciples, and they've had similar career paths. They will always get compared. I'm fine with the comparisons, and I would love to see who come out on top if they play in the finals. I really do. But
yeah,
it has remained to be seen. It has remained to be seen, bro. Honestly.
What's made me so impressed with Booker is my argument against Booker has always been he's never been able to win, and how good is he actually when he's on his own, which he's been able to show in the last couple games. Booker did not transcend until he got one of the best playmakers and facilitators of all time in Chris Paul, and that was pre-washed Chris Paul. And he now was playing with arguably the best scorer of all time, which takes a lot of pressure off you offensively. So my argument was always, what would it look like if he was on his own? Like, as good as the Celtics are, Tatum has nobody on the Celtics that alleviates pressure off of him because Jaylen Brown plays with 3 brain cells the majority of the time. So that was always my argument. But now that he's, kind of been by himself the last 2-3 games and he's still doing what he's doing and trusting teammates to make shots and setting them up, even when getting doubled because there is no other focal point on the offense, that's what's impressed me the most about it.
If you really think about it, it's just their careers in reverse right now. Coming into the league, Tatum had a pretty good, solid team around him. Booker did not. Now Booker has the team. Tatum has to kind of be the solo act. It's just literally flip-flopped around. It's it. I mean, it's enjoyable though, bro. It's really enjoyable. And I'm not even like an OD mega fan of both of them, so I can literally speak on this in the middle because I'm just a fan of hoops that can observe both of them. And they are both great players and they both destined for great things. I just feel like it's a Kobe and LeBron thing from the 2006 and up. Like, I really feel like it's a Kobe LeBron thing.
I get that.
Just me.
You got any more? Any more hater appreciates?
Do we hater appreciate the Timberwolves? Are they actually contenders or are we getting flaked? Are they the Kings of last year?
They're better than the Kings simply because I love De'Aaron, but Anthony Edwards to me is better than what De'Aaron was last year. But the real difference is, bro, any team that can defend like that is legit. Now, I do not think they win a title this year simply because I'm in the camp of you're not going to win a title with Towns and Gobert offensively. To me, that just doesn't work. As Carl's been great. And honestly, Say what you want about Rudy, hate on Rudy. If you
Rudy been
watch their
smooth.
games and if you watch the tape, he is healthy again. He is back on his depoy shit. Him and McDaniels are the reason that the defense is so good. Now, McDaniels is hurt right now. I worry about them scoring in playoff environments because of the Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert stuff. They're close, but they are young. I think their ceiling is probably on some what Luka did a few years ago shit. Get to the Western Conference Finals and lose. But I like what they're doing, man, a lot. So I can appreciate them as legit. They are not a contender, but I can appreciate them as legit. I want you to answer that too, but I'm going to bounce back off that with another team. Same question. The Orlando Magic, who are the hottest team in basketball right now.
God, I answered this about the Kings last year, and I said no. And they ended up going to the playoffs. Well, I guess I was right, but wrong in a sense, because they ended up getting bounced. But obviously, I'll say Orlando makes the playoffs, but they will get inevitably bounced early.
I mean, the
So
funny thing about it,
I appreciate the Magic though because of Franz, regardless.
and
Ben
Paolo's
Caro
uptick
and
in shooting is nuts. He's shooting like 43% from deep
and
this year.
Suggs a dog. It's finally. I mean, that's all it took is one of those 10 guards that they drafted in the past 4 years to actually step up and become a dog.
And Anthony like could win 6 man of the year.
So it's smooth. Once again, it looks like on the Magic, everybody is buying into their roles. All of their young stars are buying into their roles. Franz and Caro know that they are the stars finally, because there used to be games where Franz would kind of sit there, wait for his opportunities. Caro would kind of sit there, wait for his opportunities. They wouldn't really shoot. They didn't kind of know how to play off each other. Bro, they know how to play off each other now. They complement each other so well. They are really good. They're young. They can run. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if what their pace stats are, but watching them, they run. They're out. They don't really slow down for nobody. They play at their own pace, and they're just really fucking good, bro. So
it's
I think
funny.
they'll make the playoffs.
I think the Magic and the Timberwolves are in the same exact boat, except that I don't think the Timberwolves will do it because of the too big thing. I don't think the Magic will do it because they don't have a true lead guard. But if you look at it, that's, in my opinion, the best two defenses in the NBA. They can sit on anybody. Like, they have clamps.
That running gun is crazy, though.
The Timberwolves have been missing McDaniels. And then the Magic have been missing Wendell Carter. Bro, they're on this win streak playing Goga Batadze as their starting center. The dude was like waived by the Pacers. He's awful. Mo Wagner is having an absolute career resurgence. I guess his brother gave him some of his talent over the offseason. It's honestly, I just love the roster. Like, it's a bunch of dudes that I like a lot. And I think Paolo is similar in the sense that he hasn't unlocked his whole game yet. But he will be good enough to be the best player on a championship team at some point. Like, he's that guy. So I'm with you. I don't think the Magic are contenders yet, but it is fun to toy with because they are the hottest team in the league right now. So it's interesting. Now, I will say this. If they play the Celtics, they're a contender. We cannot beat the Magic to save our lives.
I mean, the Lakers got stomped out by him too, bro. I just really think it's the young legs, and then but
the difference, bro, the Celtics, like, I'm not kidding. I think they've lost either 4 or 5 in a row to Orlando.
Nice. They might be the new Heat.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's something about them Florida teams, man. Get me out the state of Florida. But nice. Yeah. So that's all I got for Hater Appreciate. Do you have any NBA insane takes, remarks, comments?
Hornets fire Steve Clifford immediately. You never should have fired Borrego. I've been 10 toes on that forever. Borrego is the only success y'all have had in the past couple of years. Bang. I'm glad that's off my chest. Also, if the Lakers are considered in trading Austin Reeves, et cetera, for Zach LaVine. Please do not do that shit. I do not want the contract. We already don't have any defense. We're replacing defense with no defense once again. But we do need scoring, so it is a little bit difficult. But I don't know if I'm all in on that Zach LaVine shit. I don't know if anybody should be. Caruso, I'm all with it. But the Celtics look great. Shout out to Tatum for taking the leap that we thought he could. Booker, same thing. I really like it for the game of basketball that those two are really at their best, honestly, because your Europeans low-key stomping us out right now. Not even gonna hold you. So
They are.
we need some upper echelon. NBA, the Josh Giddey shit. Only haters does not condone none of that bullshit. Not gonna hold you.
No.
But free Ja Morant. That's it.
Big free jaw. Just to add on that, LaMelo Ball, please wear a fucking ankle brace. Please.
Yeah, it's looking like young Steph Curry days.
You need to hit up Curry. Curry is the guy that he should be talking to. He should have Curry on speed dial because Curry has the worst ankles in the league, and you see what he's been able to accomplish. So there's that.
Please, LaMelo, please.
Ime Udoka, why did you have to mess with someone on the Celtic staff? We could have had one of these if you wouldn't have done that. What he's doing in Houston right now is nuts. He is a savant. I miss Ime. Let's see. Jaylen Brown, please just get to a point where you can give me consistent nights, man. I don't need you to drop 30 and then drop 15. I need you to get in the middle and drop 21, 22 a night. That's it. Like, that's what will give us that extra step. The Lakers would not hit the panic button until I see what they look like with Vando back. He was like arguably the most important piece of everything last year with that defense. So I wouldn't panic on that yet. The Clippers, y'all aren't figuring that shit out. You suck. You got Westbrook trying to fight fans now.
It's Clip. I also want to say last one for me. I never thought nobody would fit great beside Luka unless it was Jokic. So shout out Kyrie for finding a home. I was hearing him talk about it in an interview about Dallas and how he feels appreciated there and how he ultimately might want to end his career there. And it made me happy, bro, because Kyrie really, whether how you feel about Kyrie or not, I think he's a real one, bro. I really do. So shout out Kyrie, bro, and shout out Luka for, doing their thing. Now y'all got to make the playoffs. I'm not with that BS.
So they will. They'll make the playoffs. They're about to beat the Rockets and be 11-6. So
we're good in there. That's it.
Yeah. Also, I would add to that by saying hopefully new ownership does not mess with how Kyrie feels about the Mavericks. Mark Cuban sold a majority of the team today. So
he is still in charge of all basketball relations.
He is.
So
I'm just hopefully the new owners aren't on some nut stuff. Once again, shout out to the Nets. Y'all really the GOATs for that. Shout out to, I hate to do this, but shout out to the Heat. This man, Eric Spoelstra, is in a class of his own. There is no way that roster should be 10-8. Hero's been out forever. Jimmy Butler's been out the last two. They can't stay healthy. The Heat, I swear to God, they perform black magic because these dudes have Josh Richardson rejuvenated. Jaime Jaquez looking like a rookie of the year candidate. Like,
Jaquez is nice though, for real.
He is. What they do is just nuts. And then Josh Giddey. Pick on someone your own size, man. Other than that, that's all I got really. For the NBA. I do have a couple things that'll come up in most hated though, of course, per usual. All right, P. We get into the nitty-gritty of the NFL season.
Low-key, my favorite sport.
It's football time.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, man. We get into the nitty-gritty of the season. So before we get into our pretenders and contenders, I really only think there's like 6 true contenders right now. But before we get into that,
I think it's less than that, but
I just want to talk about some headlines. Okay. First things first, you and I have been on record this entire season as Lions stands. We love the Lions. What is going on with their defense? The last 3 to 4 weeks have been awful. I can understand against the Chargers, but the Packers and the Bears lighting you up, not good.
They are banged up though.
They are, but it's
Still
brutal,
no,
man.
still no excuse. But I mean, at the end of the day, like they're just going through a rough stretch. The most impressive part is they're still winning these games outside of Thanksgiving. So I mean, it's not too bad per se, but this is the best time to kind of have your rough patch and then pick up your steam at the end of the year and then keep rolling. So I'm not too mad at the defense. I don't know what's going on really. I just feel like there's a lot of risk being taken on their part. I mean, we know Dan Campbell is a real deal gambler per se. So I mean, it's fine. There's a lot of noise going on around them right now. So I think they'll be good. Luckily, their schedule's taking a dip these next couple weeks. I mean, I think they're gonna have a get right game against the Saints personally because the Saints are terrible. So that's it. I think they'll be fine.
Um,
I understand though. It is worrisome, but it's a good time.
is Pittsburgh the worst 7-4 team of all time? I vote yes. They are terrible.
Nah, because I honestly think the team. We remember whenever they went like 10-0 with Big Ben barely did moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was worse. That shit was garbage. That shit
Bro,
was like Chase Claypool was like the number one
it
receiver.
just
Like that
pisses
shit was
me off because the luck. They lost to Dorian Thompson Robinson, which is embarrassing. He is awful. So the Browns are 7-4. It's like, bro, right when their schedule is about to get hard, they're the heat of the NFL. They have black magic because how in the world do you go from the Browns with Deshaun, which was one of the best teams in the AFC, and then the Bengals with Burrow, who were peaking, to getting to play Dorian Thompson Robinson and Jake Browning back to
well, let's
back?
keep it a stack. One has Spoelstra and one has Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, one of the greatest coaches of all time, bro. No cap.
No,
No
I'm
cap.
with it, but the injury luck is nuts. However, I give them props for being able to win. Like they won ugly again, like every game that they do against Jake Browning and the Bengals on Sunday, 16-10. And I will say, the game before they hired Matt Canada as OC, they had more than 400 yards. Never had more than 400 yards in the Matt Canada era. And the game after they fired him, they had more than 400 yards. So that's cool, but at the end of the day, nobody in this league would win anything with Kenny Pickett. And it just annoys me because they are going to take a playoff spot from a team that they shouldn't. For example, the Houston Texans, who are on the outside looking in right now, they crushed the Steelers, crushed them. They might not make the playoffs, and I'm going to have to watch Kenny Pickett instead of CJ Stroud. So I'm big hating on the Steelers, which is funny because before the season, I said it on this podcast. I was on the Steelers bandwagon. I thought they were way better than everyone thought because their weapons and their O-line and their defense is elite. I thought Kenny Pickett would get better, and he somehow got worse. So that's why I'm hating. I just don't want him to make the playoffs. Same with the Browns, bro. One of them's going to make it, but like
I
the
really
way
don't
that
think
it,
so. I really don't think so, though.
bro, the way that it currently stands, and now you tell me if you can name a worse playoff quarterback field than this. The way it currently stands, we would have Lamar, Mahomes, Lawrence, Tua, Pickett, Thompson Robinson, Gardner Minshew, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Desmond Shitter, Dak Prescott, Geno Smith, and Josh Dobbs. That has to be the worst NFL playoff quarterback list I have ever heard of in my life.
Times are changing.
However,
I think the Texans are going to get in.
so are the Broncos. That's my take. They are on fire right now. 5 in a row. Russ and Sean Payton must have had a meeting.
They must have went to church together.
I don't know what they did, but they 6-5. They're the 9. Texans are 6-5. They're the 8. The Bills are 6-6. They're the 10. I would rather see all 3 of those teams than pick Cleveland and Indianapolis. So hopefully that flip flops.
Like the thing that I'm seeing with the Texans is they kind of control their own destiny because most of the teams that they are behind, they have to play in the end of the season to get into the playoffs. And I fully expect them to knock a lot of these teams off. Like I fully expect the Texans to beat the Broncos.
Like
so like
I would rather see the Colts are about to fall. Taylor's hurt. Minshew's not that guy. I would rather see Stroud, Russell Wilson, and Josh Allen than I would Pickett, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and Gardner Minshew. I'm sorry. I know it's more than a quarterback out there, but
I'm not gonna hold you. The Bills are not making the playoffs.
Which will
I
suck.
think they go 2-3 in their last upcoming games.
Which will suck 5. Because they would be so much more entertaining than any of those teams.
Facts. That remaining schedule, you want to talk about a gauntlet? They got to go through some shit.
It's tough. That's how Cincinnati was going to be too. Then we move to the NFC, and honestly, I'm happy with it. That NFC wild card, Dallas, Seattle, Minnesota, is pretty perfect to me. I'll be honest, the way they've been playing, I wouldn't mind Jordan Love and the Packers getting in. Wouldn't mind Stafford and the Rams sneaking in. But Dallas and Seattle should be solidified. They play each other this week, so on Thursday. So that's going to be interesting. But bro,
I would really like to see Jettas in the playoffs, but also I would really like to see a playoff game. I don't think they would play in Lambeau, but because they'll probably be the lowest ranking getting in probably.
Unless they they got 6 games left.
So
they go 4-2, they'd be 9-8.
My dream scenario, let's say if the Lions had to play them hypothetically, which I doubt it because they have a really good record, but Philly obviously has that 1 seed. So if the Lions had to play the Packers and we get a divisional game in the playoffs, those are always fun as hell. So I think that would be really cool. But I really don't know how it's gonna play out. But
can we just cut the NFC South out of the playoffs for 1 year?
Nah, because Bijan might act a fool in the playoffs, bro. It might be fun.
I don't want to watch, dude. I'm not lying to you. If as it stands right now, how does it remind me of how the NFL playoffs works again with the 7 teams? I always forget. Which teams get a bye?
Your first.
So it would be Minnesota, San Fran. Yeah. Bro, if Dallas plays Atlanta in the first round of the playoffs, they will beat them by 30.
It would be so fun, though.
I would love it because I would get to see Desmond Shitter, the fraud that he is, be terrible.
It would be so fun to just see, I don't know, bro. It would just be fun to me. I don't know why, despite what we think about Atlanta and Desmond Ritter, I just think their roster is really fucking fun. So I just really would. I don't ever sit back and watch Atlanta unless the Panthers are playing them. And I just think they might cut up on some shit. I really don't know, though.
But Atlanta and the Steelers are the same, except Mike Tomlin is 30 times smarter than Arthur Smith.
Yeah, no cap. If Mike Tomlin was coaching Atlanta, they probably have.
They're 5-6. They'd be 7-4 right now, easily.
Yeah, they would have a smooth record.
I don't know, man. It's tough. But yeah, I think the NFC straight. Any other news or tidbits you want to bring up? You might as well just not even mention the Panthers till most hated because I know you about to go on a tangent.
It's not. I really don't have the Panthers my most hated because they finally did something that needed to be done. The only thing that I have that would be in my most hated is Tepper bringing up the whole draft process and why and how they was gonna go to 2 to get Stroud, but that didn't. You could have just left the past in the past. I feel like his whole presser was bullshit. That would have been the only thing my mom most hated. But I'm glad the Panthers are doing things that need to be done instead of sitting on their hands. We drugged the Matt Rule era out when we should have been packed up. I'm glad we went ahead and chopped the Frank era up while we had the chance. You know what I'm saying? But shout out Frank Reich. I don't even hate Frank Reich. It's it sucks, bro, because it just didn't work out. And I wish him the best. I don't even think he's gonna coach after this ever again. But I wish him the best. I hate seeing people lose their jobs and people just go on a mad rant on them. So I never kick a man while he down. I'm just glad the Panthers did what they had to do.
I would just hate because Tepper need to fire himself. But
we need to fire damn Fitterer, bro. I thought Scott. Everybody gonna probably dig up my tweets where I was like Scott cooking because I thought he was cooking. But how do you cut? Bro, you're cutting parts of the snake, but you're not chopping the head off. You know what I'm saying? Like, fire the GM. Like, what we got going on? It's the same thing about when the Patriots are saying, or it's hypothetical that the Patriots may fire Bill Belichick. No, you don't need to fire Bill Belichick. You just need to take away bruh's GM abilities, bro, and you'll be
Yeah,
straight. Like let somebody else handle operations so he can go back to focusing on football. That's just simple as that.
exactly.
I mean,
Because
it's simple
the
shit.
Patriots are in too good of a spot to not make the correct fixes. Like, I've seen enough Bills finally embracing the tank. They might win one more game, maybe. They're going to be a top 3 pick. The Bears are stubborn, bro. I just know they're not going to trade Fields. They're going to stick by Fields, and they're not going to take a quarterback.
That would be the biggest mistake
It
of
will,
their
but
lives.
be honest with me. What is the number one thing that screws teams over? Front offices do not like to admit that they're wrong. They will
I'm
fire
telling you.
everyone. They
I'm
will
telling you.
fire everyone before they admit that they made the wrong pick. We see it all the time.
I
It's what's going
forgot
on
who,
in
bro.
Pittsburgh, realistically. Like, there's no reason they shouldn't be looking for a quarterback. And
I really forgot who said it, but they said bad owners will just ruin. Like, you have a bad owner, it will just kill you for years to come, years to come. So now the thing about Tepper, what I do like about Tepper is he's not afraid to spend bread to go find the answer. Like, he'll always, because he's a super fan. He's not one of the regular owners. He's a super fan that became owner. So he got money this blow. So he'll spend money to do what he wants to do and to get people he want to get. But bro, it's about making the right decisions. Fitter hasn't made the right decision. Our first round draft picks have been great, but our second round picks and beyond has been bad. And what you're doing by bringing in all these different head coaches, we're drafting players from other head coaches, keeping them, and we're a scramble. Like Jeremy Chin, prime example. He was a stud during the Matt Rule eras. Evero, he doesn't really fit his scheme, so we don't even see Jeremy Chin play. So it's like, it's bad, bro. It's bad business we doing. We creating a bad culture. It's just, NFL is a harsh business, bro. It's
it
hard, bro.
is.
It's
I
super
mean,
hard.
I think just like if the Bears were smart, they'd trade Justin Fields for draft capital.
Facts,
Somebody would take Justin Fields. Like, for example, the Steelers would be way better with Justin Fields at quarterback.
bro. Atlanta. How
Atlanta
many
would
how
be
many
way better
times
with
like
Justin Fields at
how many
quarterback.
times we are people gonna speculate he's going to Atlanta, bro? Atlanta, bro. What do you have to lose? Like, Atlanta, you're about to go to the playoffs. You're gonna have a mid-round pick. Why not just go get Justin Fields? Immediate upgrade. Instead of drafting Quinn Ewers or damn some BS in the mid rounds or whatever you were gonna do. Like, just do what you're gonna do. And then the Bears can easily go Caleb with our pick, come back with their pick, draft Marvin, go down the line, use Atlanta's pick, draft offensive line, go ahead and start protecting Caleb easily. Bro, you're set up for success for years, bro. For
I think
years.
what would make them hesitate too, though, is like, I don't think they're on Caleb Williams' little list.
He gonna have to suck
So,
that shit up, bro. He's
but,
going to the league regardless. I don't even know why he was doing that shit.
yeah, that man's crying to mommy on the sidelines in college. I think he's going to get his bag. But
He's going to get his money.
but basically my point was Belichick's still a great coach. Get an actual GM and get an actual offensive coordinator that has one of these young minds. You need like a McDaniels, Shanahan, McVay, young offensive mind. Can't be running an old school scheme. And you're gonna have Drake May there. Get your guy. You have $100 million in cap to bring him receivers and protection. Keep Demario Douglas. He's good. Keep Ramondre. You've got your tight ends. You're bringing back basically everything on the defensive side of the ball. You've already locked up Judon. You're going to get Gonzalez back. You got everything you
Get
need on defense.
somebody else on the other side of Judon for real.
But basically, what my point is, $100 million in cap. Get your quarterback. Draft a wide receiver. Sign a wide receiver. Draft an O lineman. Sign a couple linemen. The Patriots could be right back in the mix. They're not, like, because of the cap situation and how good of a draft pick they will have, they're fine. But they just actually have to make the right pick.
That's what it's all about.
So it's going to be interesting, man. But yeah,
Oh, Knicks, you are a Patriot.
Okay, you're probably right. I'd
I'm
rather
being
them
serious.
I'd rather them take Jaden Daniels. But all right, real quick, pretenders or contenders. We gonna go down the line. Listen, wild cards. The only wild card I'm going to include in this is Dallas because I think they're the only one that are legit contenders. We'll go down the line. Baltimore, pretender or contender?
Now, I'm going to be a hypocrite because I did call them a pretender. But now the receivers are starting to catch the ball a little bit more, starting to create a little bit. OBJ starting to be himself. It's starting to look a little good.
Bateman looks good.
So they're contenders as of right now. I know what I was saying. Yeah, they're contenders. I know what I was saying. I was saying the Lamar workload was a little too high, but everything's starting to come together. And shout out to Mike, bro, their defensive coordinator. My dog, he be having them turned up. The defense is stout. Kyle Hamilton, I wish you were a Panther. I wanted you to be a Panther a long time ago, but you're not, and you're a Hooper. So I appreciate that, bro. You are nice. They are.
To me, and you can call me crazy, bro, I wouldn't bet against Mahomes. I done seen enough of how inept the Chiefs' offense can be. I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC.
Well, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Every time the Ravens have matched up with the Chiefs in the past, the Ravens have gotten the better of them. So
I think
fully healthy.
That's always the Ravens' MO, though. When it comes to, think about the Patriots days, when the Patriots were the dominant force. The one team that could beat the Patriots was the Ravens. They always tee up against, the AFC team. So I think they're the best team. Kansas City, contenders or pretenders? I mean, they're contenders because of Mahomes and Kelsey, but I still do not think they just don't have enough, man. Rashie's been fine, but the reason I was so high on them was because of the defense. And yes, they won the Raiders game, but the Raiders diced them up with Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, that Eagles game made me really realize that they're contenders for real. Because they played really, really, really well. It was just the drop balls, you know what I'm saying? And I expect them to tighten up when it comes playoff time. It's just fully what I expect. But if a team don't got it, they don't got it. I mean, we saw them play the Bucks in the Super Bowl and they didn't have it. And they just got flat out whopped.
See, so it might be one of those cases. Though, the issue is drops, and with the receivers they have, I don't think that changes. Rashee Rice, that was the first time I'm pretty sure that they've had a receiver go over 100 yards this year. So
I'm a bank on coaching with them. I'm a bank on Andy.
I'm with it. Andy's great. I can't get a read on the defense because you play that well against Philly and you keep your guys in the game. They didn't even score in the second half, but the defense was so good. And then you get diced up by Aiden O'Connell. So I can't make a read on that, man. It's mad weird. But they're obviously contenders. Jacksonville. This is where it gets interesting. To me, I think they're pretenders. And that's not me being disrespectful. I just think they're still a year or two away. They will be contenders. Trevor Lawrence is great. Their weapons are phenomenal. They got to get a couple things on the defensive side of the ball, and they got to get probably one more lineman.
Pretenders, if they have to go through a gauntlet. Contenders, if they avoid one of the premier teams.
I could see them being a path merchant for sure.
Yeah, let's say if they play a wild card team, and let's say they play, hypothetically, they play the Broncos. They beat the Broncos, and then the top heaviness comes on, and not the Celtics. That's funny. The Chiefs have to play somebody let's say a Texans or a Bill, if the Bills happen to or the Bills happen to slightly sneak in, and then the Bills get the best of the Chiefs, I can see a London rematch, and I can see the Jags beating the Bills. I can see that, So I'm gonna say pretender if they have to go through a gauntlet. Contender if they path merchant they way there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
the defense is shitty though, but Josh Allen is the correct Josh Allen, the real Josh Allen. Is a fool, and
he's a problem.
Yeah, hopefully. Sure. I'm just hoping he don't get his bag. I'm hoping he don't get his bag.
Also, Doug Peterson,
he's in his bag.
He's one of the best coaches in the league for sure. And then Kirk, Ridley, Ingram, ETN, their weapons are as good.
They need T-Law, bro. For real. T-Law hasn't, bro. In my opinion, like T-Law's good. He still ain't taking that generational leap.
The last 2 weeks, he finally has.
Right.
But the whole
So
season, no.
nah,
They don't beat the
they need him.
Texans without his game last week.
They need him to stay on that type of timing. Because if he's at his best, we seen it with the Herbert. He battled Herbert toe to toe. So if he's at his best, T-Law is dangerous, bro. And the Jags can be more dangerous. It's just right now,
Also,
I'm not banking on that.
they need ETN to get going again too. He's been pretty bad the last like 3-4 weeks. They haven't been able to run it. Last team in the AFC, the Dolphins.
They're still contenders, bro. They're just too unique offensively. I mean, and the defense starting to come along. I mean, once again, could be contenders if they go through or pretenders they go through a gauntlet, but they can easily path merchant their way there too. I'm not even mad at that. I just think they're too unique offensively, and I don't think there's too many teams that can stop them. It's just up to once again the T-Law. It's up to T-Law. It's up to Tua. That's just how I feel.
I would say they're
get it done? I don't know.
contenders now, and I don't think it has anything to do with the offense. It's Jalen Ramsey. That man has completely changed the defense.
Yeah, fool.
Now, I will say the injury that was sustained on Friday is going to hurt them.
That life, bro.
One of their best defenders. That is going to hurt them tremendously. I just don't. I'm looking at the three teams I just named ahead of them, and I don't trust Tua more than I trust any of those 3 quarterbacks.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't trust. Bro, let's go ahead and lay this shit down. Let me look dead in the fucking camera. I don't trust any fucking quarterback in 2023 right now. I don't. I don't trust no quarterback other than Patrick Mahomes. I really don't. Because Lamar has shown his struggles this year. Not his fault. Not entirely his fault. Josh Allen, Lord knows what the hell he's doing. Burrow's obviously hurt. He's out of commission. Bro, we have a rookie in CJ Stroud playing like one of the top quarterbacks in the fucking league. Top 5 in the NFL, bro. And that is a problem. It's not even like CJ, like CJ's really good, but it's not like he's on some generational type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just playing above everybody else right now. Like Dak Prescott is top 5 right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the quarterback play isn't the best, bro. A quarterback shouldn't even win MVP this year. That's how bad it's been, in my opinion. Like,
it should be McCaffrey.
It should be McCaffrey or realistically Tyreek. It should be one of the two. I mean,
AJ Brown had a case until he shit the bed the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, the 8-yard performance was crazy. But I'm just saying, bro, like even Jalen Hurts, right? Like Jalen Hurts barely turned the ball over last year. To Jalen Hurts, he turns the ball over this year. Granted, the Eagles have wanted to be more vertical on their offense. Like they want to pass the ball downfield a little bit more. So mistakes will happen the more you try to force throws. But bro, no quarterback is I'm looking at any quarterback and I'm like, damn, like, bro, he could take this team and make them this. Like, no, bro. We have to constantly, each quarterback that you named, I've literally had to say, well, if they take the leap that I think they're going to take, then they could, bro, it is what it is. I don't trust no quarterback.
I feel that.
I don't trust none of them.
So
Brock Purdy, bro, like we're about to watch Brock, bro. We realistically, as things stand, Brock Purdy should be in the Super Bowl this year.
No cap. So that's a perfect transition to the NFC. I don't even want to waste time on Philly. They're contenders. Okay, that's all we need to say. They are the contender, in my opinion, right now. Like they are. The Niners. You know I want to say pretenders because I see it with Brock Purdy all the time. But the reason they are contenders is because of the climate of the league. That's the only reason. Like now, them getting through Philly is going to be tough. But their path before that, I mean, bro, they're going to play Minnesota and then probably Detroit, 2 bad defenses. Like, I love Detroit, but
Detroit don't. I mean, bro. Oh my God, they're gonna kill me. I don't think I think Detroit doesn't have a chance. They don't have a chance right now. To me,
they don't. They got to show me something these last 5 or last 6 games. They got to show me something. I'll say the Niners are contenders, though, but I still don't.
I mean, to me,
you talk about not being able to trust the quarterback. We've already seen what happens anytime Brock Purdy's in the close game. So
Dallas, San Fran, Philly. Those are my only contenders.
I think Dallas is more of a contender than San Fran.
See,
Dude, Dak is playing at the highest level in the
Dak
NFL
is
right
not
now.
Dak is balling. Like it's not I'm not saying that in like a crazy take. It's just in my head. Once again, bro, San Fran just has too fucking much. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's too much power. And then Shanahan makes it 10 times better. But the only reason why I'm stumped on, because to me, I feel like San Fran is going to be in the Super Bowl. But to me, the only reason why I'm stumping is because, bro, the Eagles, I've seen them play terrible. I've seen them play great. I've seen them play mid, and they
We
just
gonna
keep
find
winning.
out this week.
They keep winning.
We gonna find out this week
We're going to find out something.
because them and the Niners hate each other. I've been seeing all the talk about it being personal between them. They hate each other, so we gonna see.
Hey,
We about to find out who the cream
we
of the
going to
crop
find
is.
out. Is this in Lincoln or is this in San Fran? This is in Lincoln. It's in Lincoln Financial Field. And so it's in Philly.
All I want more than anything in life is for Brock Purdy to suck balls
Why is this not the 8 o'clock?
So that every Eagles fan can say Brock Purdy being out there didn't make a difference. That's all I want.
Respectfully, fuck Patrick Mahomes, bro. Flex that shit. The Niners and Eagles should have been a Sunday night game, prime time. You know
The
what I'm
fact
saying?
that they're not is nuts.
Ali Frazier type shit or whatever.
Why are they not going to flex that?
I don't want to see Jordan Love play fucking Patrick Mahomes.
What? Yeah, see that's the glazing, bro. That's why I hate the NFL because it's always the Cowboys or Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen.
Nah,
on fucking
I mean,
national
realistically
TV.
though, what was it? I felt like that last week. I felt like the Bills and the Eagles should have been the Sunday night game, but they gave it to the Ravens and Chargers. Like, it's always going to be a game that, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you got to make 4 o'clock spicy too, I guess, because it is on Fox, so it is going to be America's game of the week, probably. So
Nobody really ever cares about the 4 o'clock games either. So I get why they're doing that.
I understand it.
It'll make people tap in.
But
yeah.
I will like low key, we got a great slate. So we got Thursday, see a future potential like play. These are playoff games, bro. Seahawks and Cowboys, and then Eagles, Niners. Yeah, these are fucking playoff games.
Yeah, no, we got good games for sure.
These are playoff games.
I mean,
Broncos, Texans could be a playoff game.
Don't forget Cardinals, Steelers. That's a banger. Can't wait to watch the Steelers win that 13-10. It's going to be so fun. Desmond Ridder versus Tim Boyle.
Yeah, that Tim Boyle shit's insane. Please stop.
Absolutely thrilling.
That's one of my most hated, bro.
The Dolphins might score 60. Not going to lie.
Then Monday night's game is worse.
Can the Panthers just win 2 more games so the Patriots can get the number 1 overall pick, bro? Because y'all don't even own that shit. So talk to your boys.
Bro, talk to our trainers, bro. If you ever go look at our injury reserve and injuries in general, bro, we have at least 15 players injured, bro. It is the nastiest.
But yeah, I'm with you. I think there's realistically only the Chiefs, the Ravens,
the AFC have
Niners, the Eagles. That's really, in my opinion, probably the only 4. But I would also include, I don't know, the Cowboys definitely in there. And then if you want to say the Dolphins, I'm cool with it. But I think there's really only 5.
That Chiefs and Texans AFC Championship might hit like crack.
I hope we get it. CJ Stroud top 5 confirmed. Also, yeah, let's just go ahead and get into most hated. I got some shit to get off my chest, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Damn, I had some. Yeah, most hated, I guess. Damn. I'll let you. Oh, first of all, yeah, let me get this one off my chest. Bro, y'all got to stop posting them trash ass plates on social media on Thanksgiving, bro. I seen some plate. If you eating at 12 o'clock, don't even post your plate. Can't even hold you. That food is not done, my brother. That turkey dry shit. Don't post no more Thanksgiving plates at 12. At 12, bro. I seen somebody eating, watching the Lions and Packers game. I said, that is nasty as shit. That is crazy. If you're not eating by the time the Cowboys game, you got to start eating when the Cowboys game come on, 4 o'clock. If you're eating around that time, I know the East is good.
I think we usually eat at 3, which is not too early. So
perfecto.
Pops
Perfect.
also be getting up at like 8 a.m. to fry that turkey. I can't lie to you.
Can't hold you. My mom was up at 5 a.m. whipping up them greens, them collard greens. She was whipping the shit out them hoes early as hell. So I'm just
I can
saying, like,
respect that.
yeah, them trash ass plates, bro. Like, leave them shits at the door, like for real. But I'm gonna let you get one off while I think of some more sports ones because I had some.
All right, I got a lot, man. Like,
Shit.
I'm on timing this week. Okay, so let me find the quote, bro. Let me find the quote. It's a Draymond Green quote. Here we go. Found it. Draymond Green on the league holding him to a special standard for punishment.
Oh, I heard that.
To continue saying, oh, what he did in the past, I paid for those. I got suspended for game 5 of the finals. So you can't keep suspending me for those actions. This is how I translate that. Yeah, I mean, sure, in the past, I was bad and I did things, but like, I keep doing those same things and I would just like to not get in trouble for them. That's the translation. You're still doing the same shit, you dumbass. How can you act the same way and then you can't keep punishing me for the past? If you don't want to, no one's going to punish you for the past if you stop doing the shit. So that's just an absolutely egregiously horrific quote from Draymond Green. Second off, the Texans. Why did y'all call an illegal shift on Tank Dell for doing what Tyreek Hill does 15 fucking times a week? The glazing is absolutely absurd. It took away a 63-yard pass from my guy CJ Stroud on the Houston Texans. And yeah, that's just, you cannot call an illegal shift on him motioning out wide and keeping his motion going and running the route if you're going to let the Dolphins do it every single week. And you can't give me but he was already progressing towards the line of scrimmage. Tyreek Hill is progressing towards the line of scrimmage every time. They just don't call it. So that's nuts. Lastly, Thunder fans. You know how many Thunder fans ever since that? Did you see the Andrew Bogut quote? Is the question here.
Yeah, I did, bro.
And all I see is Thunder fans talking about, oh, this makes sense as to why they're not punishing him then, because it seems like she lied about her age and he hasn't seen her since then, and he told the front office about it, yada, yada, yada. Respectfully, that girl did not look old, bro. I don't care if she was in the club or
That's
not.
what I'm trying to say. Like, bro,
You
where's
are
your context clues at, bro?
You're a 22 or 23-year-old, bro?
He 21, right?
How are you not like making her prove how old she is? Like, you got to be smarter than that, bro. That if she looks younger than 18, you should probably go with the assumption that she's under the age of 18. To me, that's no excuse at all. I just think it's ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, I guess to follow up on that, Adam Silver, because we let women get treated in whatever way we want. We let people beat women to death. We let people abuse women all the time. We let people mess with underage women. We let people rape women, but we draw the line at pulling out a gun on IG Live. Fraud activity, respectfully. And you can try to hit me with the bullshit. Yeah, but the difference is Ja Morant is like the face of the league. That does not make a damn difference. If you're going to suspend him 25 games for that, these guys should be either getting expelled from the league or whole year suspensions, maybe even more. Morals do not care about who's the face of the league and who's the 10th person on the bench. Laws do not care about who's the face of the league and who's the 10th person on the bench. Ja broke no laws. Other guys broke laws. You're suspending the guy who did not break a law more games than you're suspending people who are actually breaking laws. That shit is fugazi.
Now let me get something right. Let's skip to the MLB. Trevor Bauer was going through allegations and got smacked with a year.
Yep.
Went to trial.
Then they come out to be false.
False. And
he's still blackballed.
He in Japan. And we just letting people just smack. Bro, you got caught up, bro. No matter, bro. My thing is this with Josh Giddey, like, bro, you are an NBA star, bro, or an NBA player. you know people are gonna get at you from many, many angles, many directions. Women are gonna try to do you like that. Women are gonna try to get you for your money. Women gonna do this. Where's your team? Where's y'all? Who's behind you to let you know, like, yo, like, bro, she look a little young. Where's your homies at? Like, who do people not check nobody no more? Or like, is it
Also,
just us thing?
on top of that, here's my biggest issue. If it was a one night stand, cool. It wasn't.
You was
Bro
with
was
her.
dating her. You're telling me he never found out her actual age? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, that don't make no damn sense.
I
he
promise
was
you.
for real date recording videos for a brother and shit. Like, bro, what
Bro,
you doing?
he was in the comments. The one where he was like with my girl, about to go back to mine. Like whole time he was
what?
talking
Like,
about a 15-year-old.
I'm like, man, you ain't meet
It
none of
makes
her
me sick
friends,
though.
but you ain't meet none of her friends. Like, you ain't.
Yeah, sorry, my friends can't make it tonight. Eventually, bro, either excuses are happening and you're just intentionally not questioning them, or you knew her age and didn't give a shit
I'm not
until
gonna
you
lie though.
thought it was
Like,
going to become public information.
I really hate what he did, but my most loved are the memes that's going on. Them shits are
There's
hilarious,
so,
bro.
bro, the freaking edits of the highlight tapes. They had the one, bro. They had the director of the movie Inside Out
Bro.
from Disney, and it was his interview, and he goes, "Yeah, it really makes you feel like you're inside that 11-year-old girl," and they edit into a Josh Giddy transition.
They been going crazy, bro. Like the little boy who was like, if you don't bring my crush back by tomorrow, it's gonna get physical. That had me, bro. They be going crazy. Yeah, I love the memes though. So shout out him for
Elite.
that.
Do you got anything? You got any more?
Uh, you know what? I'm gonna keep it a stat. Yeah, I mean, we can go ahead and get on temper, bro. Like, stop bullshitting us, bro. Like, I mean, like, I respect you for spending your bread, but you in the press conference talking about the past with the draft process. You talking about something, you want your new head coach to be here for 20, 30 years. Bro, shut that, but you bullshitting me, bro. I'm tired of the bullshit. I want to win a franchise in Charlotte, and I want that shit now. I don't give a damn. I'm not with I'm not with the sorry shit, bro.
Bro,
I'm really
sound like
not.
General's auto insurance talking
You
about I
feel
need
me?
that now.
I need it, bro. And I mean, he was saying it's gonna get fixed, bro. I'm like, bro, fix it, bro. You ruined the whole Charlotte culture, bro, that we had going, bro. Cam, Luke, all that, bro. The culture's gone. Now you're gonna have to find the culture and install it, bro, and start winning games, or else, bro, we not gonna have no franchise in Charlotte. Motherfuckers gonna stop caring. Like the Chargers in Los Angeles. Nobody give a damn. Nobody care about them out there. So, bro, you better tighten up, bro, or Pocket's gonna be looking a little
They
light,
gonna move that thing to South Carolina, where it's some football culture.
and they gonna be sick down there too. They gonna be sick as hell. Anybody trying to drive with them bumpy ass roads? And if you hearing this, you're from South Carolina, none of y'all can drive for sure.
Bro, I live right by the South Carolina border, and I can tell you when I get into South Carolina if I was blindfolded. You go from smooth to straight up, like you in an electric chair.
You on a damn moped everywhere you go. Them Sam sorry ass roads, but hey,
yeah,
that's all I got. I ain't even got much most hated because like I said, we just came off of thankful timing and we were thanking our family, and so there's not much to hate on. So I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving out there who's listening.
I think the things we hated on were pretty obvious things to hate on, but yeah, I mean, I hope everyone did have a good Thanksgiving week. We listen, y'all know what the vibes are now. We're gonna do this and it's gonna be Christmas. So we get into that point. P, before we get out of here, man, you started the pod with this. We got to end with it. Hit the John Wall on him one more time, man. And if you listen and you're not watching, or even if you are watching, go ahead and hit it with him, man. I'll hit it with him too.
It's the new episode in the books. Make sure y'all sub, like. It's free. We almost said how many subs? About what,
400.
400. Hey, you feel me? Hurry up for 400. And y'all be safe out there. You feel me?
Yes, sir. John Wall out of here. And just know, be safe. Enjoy some sports. We're going to see y'all next week.